Alright guys, our first main event is now going to be Sean Strickland taking on Nassourdine Imavov. Everybody appreciates Sean Strickland for what he is, you know, as a fighter and his character outside the octagon. And Sean Strickland's really proven he's a gangster here. You know, his fight with Cannonier was the last fight of 2022, and now he's the first fight of the new year. So yeah, you've really got to give respect to Sean Strickland. This guy's a gangster. Alright, so let's break down this new main event and speak about the advantages that Sean Strickland may have. Guys, I feel like one of the most obvious advantages for Sean Strickland would be cardio. I think another advantage would also be he's arguably a better boxer than Nassourdine Imavov. I say arguably because, you know, you can argue the case, but I really think he's a better boxer. Now guys, just to argue against the case that I've made that he's a better boxer than Nassourdine, I'm not saying he's quicker, I'm not saying he's more powerful, but in terms of like who's got a better jab, who's got the more accomplished 1-2 combination, that's definitely Sean Strickland. So yeah, that's what I'm going to start with. I'm going to say he's got a better jab, a better 1-2. I'm going to say he's got better cardio than Nassourdine. But guys, here's the thing I don't really like about Sean Strickland. I don't think he's got a champion's skill set. You know, there's not really many kicks to the game of Sean Strickland. There's not really much body work. There's not a lot of grappling. I see the same attacks over and over, which is the jab. Occasionally, he's going to put a hook on the end of the jab, but most of his attacks are just jabs and 1-2s. You know, if you watch tape on Sean Strickland, even go back to his fight against Cannonier, you'll notice that it's mainly like jabbing the opponent. And that's not like a really bad thing, but when you're looking at skill sets that will take you to the strap, you know, I don't really see just jabbing the opponent, landing 1-2s. That's not going to make you a champion. Now guys, on the flip side, I do believe Nassourdine has a striking skill set that could bring him closer to the title, in my opinion. You know, I kind of compared him to Cyril Gane. This is the Cyril Gane of 185. You know, super light, loves to control the range, the kicking ability's good. He'll hit you with elbows in the clinch. There's more to offer from a striking perspective. Whereas, like I said, Sean Strickland, 60% jab, 1-2, jab. You know, it's the same attacks. And that's one of the main reasons why I took Jared Cannonier against Sean Strickland. You know, Jared Cannonier had a power calf kick. He had a lot of power to offer up top. Whereas Sean's just, like I said, jab, 1-2, jab. Now obviously when you go look at the stats of Sean Strickland in that fight, the stats ain't bad. But when you look at the strikes inside the octagon, they're not super damaging. Like, don't get me wrong, the jab is one of the most important weapons you can have in your arsenal. It's one of the most important. But at the same time, you've got to have more than the jab. You know, that can't just be your only weapon. So yeah guys, in my opinion, Nassourdine is more dynamic. Right, he's got more to offer. Now guys, some people may say even though Nassourdine's more dynamic than Sean Strickland, Sean is going to cause him problems later on, considering Nassourdine's cardio's not super good. And to be honest, that point is not a bad point. It's not bad. But guys, to argue against that point, and the point I'm going to make is not a fact, it's not a factual point, it's just an assumption. You have to remember it has just been Christmas. You know, you eat a lot of food over Christmas. You know, considering he was the last fight of 2022, probably enjoyed Christmas, ate a lot of food, cracked open a few cans of beer. This is just an assumption. So guys, to assume that Sean Strickland's going to have this elite cardio and elite output in rounds 3, 4 and 5, I'm not entirely sure that's going to be the case. Like, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he's going to turn up and not fight. I know he's going to fight. The guy's a gangster. So my prediction with this first main event is still going to be Nassourdine Imavov to win this fight. Like I said guys, I do believe Nassourdine has more to offer with his striking. He's more dynamic. There's more attacks. Then you factor in that Sean hasn't had the training camp, hasn't had the preparation for this main event. So yeah, my pick has to be Nassourdine Imavov to win this main event. And guys, the final thing I want to add for this main event breakdown, if you do like Sean Strickland as a bet for this weekend, wouldn't it be sharper to in-play bet Sean after he loses round 1? Obviously, if Sean wins round 1, then the advice was wrong, but that's my final piece of advice on this breakdown. Alright guys, let me know, are you going to take Strickland in this main event or are you going to take Nassourdine? Let me know in the comment section below. Alright guys, peace.